Hello everyone, my name is Victoria, and today I want to explore a topic that each one of us has experienced in a different way no matter our character or background, and that is love and understanding love. So, it is one of the few experiences that appears everywhere in human life. We find it in literature, where stories revolve around devotion, sacrifice, longing. We see it in art, in music, where artists capture not only how love looks, but what it feels from the inside. And lastly, of course, movies, where we see it in all of its forms. We see it as tragic love stories, we see it as complicated plot lines and romantic. So, all of this tells us that it's just more than an emotion, but it reveals something about ourselves, and that what qualities in other people touch us and are important to us, move us, and change how we see the world. So, for my presentation, I chose Plato because he is one of the first thinkers that um, developed an idea about love that still influences modern psychologists and psychiatrists and artists. Because he gives a powerful explanation for love and why it feels so meaningful to us humans. And he says that when we fall in love with a person, something more deep is happening inside of us because we begin to pursue it in different forms. We start seeing beauty in character. We start appreciating someone's kindness or honesty. We notice it in virtue, the moral qualities we admire in people. And in depth, we appreciate beauty in depth, in personality or emotional understanding. But ultimately, we see beauty in knowledge, in learning, and truth. So for him, all of these forms guide us to what we call beauty itself. And that is the deepest and most powerful form of beauty, the beauty in life. So, loving a person becomes a journey of self-discovery. Love reveals something higher. Plato believes that when we fall in love, it's not just a reaction to the appearance of someone or their personality, but maybe something that we see that shines through them. And this idea comes from the Ladder of Love in the Symposium. There, Diotimus explains that every experience is a step that leads us upward. And in the beginning, it's physical attraction, then it becomes emotional admiration, and eventually it brings us towards understanding a deeper kind of beauty that is bigger than the person, and that love becomes an awakening, and it opens our eyes to qualities, not just the superficial, and some qualities that we might have not noticed before that we actually admire. So here are some key points that Plato reveals. We first see beauty in a person, but the beauty we see is not just theirs, but it shows us what we value, And loving one's body, at first it feels specific, but then when we realize it, it's not limited to a person, and we just start to recognize it everywhere in different people and experiences. And loving one's soul, as it deepens, it becomes less physical but more philosophical, and we actually start caring about the person's qualities and who they are, not just how they look. Love makes us better is Plato's core idea that love motivates self-improvement, and that when we truly admire someone, we want to become worthy of their love. We start to become more patient, compassionate, ambitious, but that's not forced, but it's because we're inspired by love. And that's why Plato thinks that it's transformative. It pushes us upward to become a better version of ourselves, and we change because we want to live up to the beauty we see in other people. So my thesis is built on his ideas that a love is not merely a feeling but a journey to transformation, and it's not only the desire that is the end of love, but it opens a deeper path, and it influences us emotionally and spiritually, and it reveals what we value and who we become. It affects our choices in life and the way we see the world, the way we perceive things. So he shows that love is a force that reshapes us from the inside. So a lot of critics come to his statement that it comes off as a bit too idealized, and that real love is not always simple but messy, and it can be confusing and painful. Sometimes people fall for unhealthy reasons because they feel insecure or lonely, and it can cause emotional harm and heartbreak, and that does not always guarantee growth from the inside. And critics say that Plato describes love how he wants it to be, but not how it is in reality. So my response to the objection is that it is a fair claim and valid, but it's not fully defeating Plato, because Plato knows that love can fail and it can hurt us, but love does not have a direction. Love has a direction, but it's not guaranteed. And even when it is painful, it shows something important to us people. It shows what we value and what we desire. Maybe who we want to become in the future. Because even when we are on the low, heartbreak can lead to growth. And that growth expresses in emotional maturity and deeper understanding of our reality. And he isn't saying that love is always perfect, but rather that it has the potential to change us and open our eyes. And even the painful parts can push us towards transformation, because that's what life is about. It is about learning through experiences, through love, through pain, through everything, to change ourselves into people that we are meant to be. So, given all of this, I would say that Plato helps us see that love begins with desire, but eventually turns into something much deeper. And yes, at first we are initially attracted to someone, we are drawn by them, but what truly shapes us is the beauty that we discovered through other people, not only their appearance or character, their thinking, their goodness. And through experiencing love, we learn about ourselves and what we hope for. So, love is not just an emotion, but a force that helps us grow. And in order to do my presentation, I used the following sources. And thank you so much for the attention.